The No New Friends podcast is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Kaufman and Lind at whenyouneedus.com. If you're injured in a car accident or any other injuries, give them a call 407-706-3535. That's whenyouneedus.com.
I have a really good idea.
Okay, let's hear
We're
it.
gonna need help. We're gonna need help from people on this.
Okay.
Just gonna have to strike back with BJ's. We're gonna have to boycott Costco with BJ's. So
Okay.
everybody has to start going to BJ's.
Right.
I think I think that'll send a message.
I
Wow.
like it.
Even
I
worse
like
if
it.
they go to Sam's Club.
Oh.
Well, Sam's Club is trash. Oh,
Do you remember my
Let's
text
help-
to you? Do you remember
Yes,
my
yes.
text to you where I had
do,
an epiphany of
yeah.
what Sam's Club was?
yes. Yeah, anal.
I did, Chris. I literally one day was driving and I used voice to text. I'm surprised it worked. I was like, Scott, I had an epiphany and please don't judge me because I was driving and I passed a Sam's Club. And in my mind, I was like, well, what would Sam's Club be? You know, you're a little embarrassed to go, probably. Like, it's not as trendy. Like, you don't really want to talk about it. Anal. Makes sense. Like, you don't want to tell people you do that, but, like, maybe you do. Maybe every now and then. I hope my parents aren't listening to this, and Scott's parents. I'm really sorry.
And now it's time for the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's right, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family, and number 62 on Chartables. We are the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. If you'd like to connect with us on all of our social media links, the Instagram, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter, the TikTok, and anything else we're on, just visit our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise and also become a friend with benefits. Join our clubhouse. That's our Patreon for as low as $1 a month. You can watch us record our entire show, see all the technical problems that we have and all the other funny shenanigans that we get into on break. Also, you have access to Cutting Room Floor, which, there's a lot of things that are a little bit too raunchy to make it to air. So we take them out and put them in Cutting Room Floor so you can hear it. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, as always, I'm an architect for her pain, the queen of quandary, Mary.
Hey!
And our other co-host, he is our scumbag reselling hoarder himself and the contact paper champion, Chris.
Round up the usual suspects.
Usual suspects?
No, this was actually submitted from. Thank you, by the way. This was submitted by Sam from Minnesota. This was from Casablanca.
Oh, okay.
Her favorite movie, apparently. So thank you, Sam. And remember, you guys, you can submit your movie quotes by finding some way to contact me.
Probably the Instagram. I should set up email addresses for you guys. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know.
This was actually mailed to my house.
I wouldn't check it. Can you check it for me?
Yes, I will check it for
or
you
see
all.
if
It'll
Steve
just be.
can?
Yes, Steve can do it.
Just
Maybe
have it forwarded to Steve.
Chris will check his email. I'm sure. That's why he's my
I would
favorite.
try. I would try my very best.
All right, so Chris, why on earth did you put more contact paper in that damn property? You went through so much hell, and then like the brick wall was one thing, getting everything lined up and all that, but it was a flat surface.
Yes.
But now you decided to contact paper counter space, which
Yes.
blows my mind, and also
Seems excessive.
you are very excessive, and also you've got to be one of the cheapest people I know because it looks like this really good marble countertop,
Really nice. Mhm.
and but it's contact paper.
Yes,
what
Walmart's
is
finest.
what is going on in that empty head of yours?
Yeah, so here's the theory. So we're not having clients come to our property and whining and dining anybody. We're a transportation company. It's strictly for our employees to drop off paperwork and for me to just sit in a chair and really just do nothing.
Well, and
So-
pictures, right? So it's just props.
Yeah,
I feel like
so,
a little bit.
So it's basically like a movie set, right?
I was
Because
just thinking that it's like a movie set, an empty
Yeah,
shell,
so-
and, fake stuff.
I describe what I'm doing as like putting lipstick on a pig. Like the place was renovated in the 1970s, late 1970s, and never touched since. So that stuff needed to go because I can't look at that stuff. So there's pink wallpaper. We paint it right over the wallpaper. There was even like a spot where the wallpaper was falling because of a leak. I just painted right over that, so it's now gray and falling instead of pink and falling. And so the contact paper. So we redid the whole reception area. We don't have a receptionist. We have no reason for a reception area, but there's a reception area. So it's when you first walk in, so it's gotta look nice. So he painted painted it gray, did the white trim. Then there was this hideous wood countertop. I was like, this has got to go. So I went to Walmart and I found marble contact paper for $7. And you know what? I did that job in like, I don't know. It's not very big. So I don't want to toot my own horn by how fast I got this done. But I did that in like 3 or 4 hours. It only took like 3 or 4 hours to get that done.
That was that was probably what, maybe a 15-foot countertop in total, right?
So it's about 4 feet long, 6 inches wide.
That's what she said.
So not very big. And 3 to 4 hours. I thought it was a good feat. So anyway, the front impeccable, the top impeccable, the side that the receptionist is supposed to sit, more wrinkles than
But that's
the
okay.
queen.
You know
She's
what?
been dead for 3 years.
You don't ask to see the man behind the curtain. You know what I mean? That's not important.
Yeah,
First
it's
of all,
fine.
though,
It's
I
back
would
of
like to
house.
point out that Astro is very he's upset about this because I think that he probably is the receptionist, right? Like he's doing the work. He's doing the Lord's work, watching over the place when you're not there. And you have the audacity to say that nobody's there. You have no staff there. Like, what?
He's a little late on his paperwork.
He can
so-
hear you. I know you don't know that, but
hear
he
all of
can.
us. He can hear all of us. You know what? Speaking of Astro, I wanted to do something nice for all my employees. So this Friday, I'm going to do a monthly thing. Going to get donuts and coffee. So come to the property. Have donuts and coffee. And I'm making them come so I can give them the keys to the building. So it's like, no, you have to come. But I have donuts and coffee, so you're going to want to come anyway. So anyway.
How many times can you say the word "come" in one sentence? Jesus
I had
Christ.
donuts and coffee. Good Lord.
Don't challenge me, but I will.
Donuts
Scott
and
will
coffee
always
is enough
come
to
for
make me
some
come.
donuts and coffee. Damn it, Scott.
So I see. So one of
You.
my drivers comes by with their aide to go. I had to. Oh my gosh! One of my drivers arrived to my house this morning. Is that better, guys?
No,
I had to
why were
fix
they at
something.
your house?
I had to swap out an SD card because one of the students kicked out a window. So gotta do some paperwork. So anyway, so I get I switch the thing. I said, "Oh guys, by the way, did you get my message? Donuts and coffee this Friday." And were they excited about the donuts and coffee? No. They go, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet Astro." Okay.
I mean, I can't wait to meet Astro. I'm looking forward to the day. He's kind of like the employee of the year, and you didn't even mean for that to happen.
Yeah, can you just bring Astro down the next time you come down here?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll that's a great idea. That would we'll take him to the parks. We'll have a field day with him.
Do you think he'd
You
be
can't
free?
leash him.
Because he's under 3.
He has to be. He's under 30 pounds.
Yeah.
He's yeah. If you ask him how old he says 1.
Oh, then there you
Perfect.
go. There you go.
That's
And
cute.
robots can't
He's
lie.
very
I wonder if
smart
we can
1-year-old.
reprogram him after a few years, though, just in case.
Probably.
I don't ask.
I think
and
we
he's like
could.
5.
Yeah, because we
Like,
gotta get him in for.
no.
Yeah, we can't surpass that
Balling on a
threshold where you have to
budget,
start paying. So that was my contact paper. It looks great. It looks really good from the outside. I'm really proud of that. So thank you for bringing that up because I love to brag about my contact paperwork.
No problem. I may need a security robot because I did something finally today. I finally fired the other landscaper. So now we're down to 1.
Wait, which one? Which one did you
The
fire?
second
How
one.
did you choose?
The second one.
Oh,
the
the
second.
new
Well,
one.
because so the first one was just doing cut, edge, and blow. Okay, and the second one claimed to be doing cut, edge, blow, weeding, trimming back trees, doing all that stuff. and charged us a lot more because it was all encompassing of, crack weeds, clover weeds, all sorts of weeds he's going to be pulling.
Look, blow and crack weeds. I feel like that's a lot. You're
lot going on
paying
there.
a pretty penny for all of those things.
Yeah, exactly. So he never did the weeding, and like we were starting to get frustrated. So I sent him pictures of the weeds that hadn't been pulled, and he sent me an invoice, and like I withheld payment.
Were you like, this is my... Says his invoice for looking over your photos. I've reviewed them.
Right. I'll bill you the full
$45, please.
hour. Yeah. So I finally texted him today because it's the beginning of the month. I don't want to pay another month. So I paid for October, even though he had said, okay, well, don't pay me until you're satisfied with the work. And I'm still not satisfied. But I figured they did mow, and I didn't pay September, didn't pay October. So figured I'll just go ahead and pay, and then canceled him. I said,
Wait. You still paid it? Is that a win? If
because
like,
they did cut.
I still paid it though.
They did cut. They did cut the grass. Like they did some of the work.
Wasn't it already cut from the other service though?
Yeah. So they're pretty much in and out. And the only extra work that they did was they rearranged my Halloween decorations so they could mow underneath it. And I didn't discover this until Halloween night because I hadn't put my lights on since they had mowed, and everything was in a different place, but it was daylight, so I couldn't see how it was positioned. I had to move everything, and I've got all this anxiety as I'm trick-or-treating because I don't know how my house is going to look once it turns dark, and I can't trust Rachel to rearrange the lights. She's handing out candy. So it was fine, though. It looked fine.
It sounds like a really, really intense and stressful situation. I'm happy you made it through okay.
Yeah, it was, and I'm a better person as a result of it.
Come out on the other side.
Yeah, but I faced my fears. I fired the landscaper, and I tell Rachel, I was like, "Hey, they've been fired." She's like, "Oh, good. Did you talk to him?" I was like, "No, I texted him." I was like,
absolutely.
I'm like borderline millennial. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody, and I avoid conflict whenever possible. Like, what are we doing here?
Wow, Chris, would you pick up the phone and call someone to fire them like that?
Actually, someone texted me today, they said, hey, Chris, this is, such and such from such and such roofing company. Can you please give me a call? I have some questions about your roof, because I asked him to give me an estimate. Well, I wasn't prepared to talk about my roof, so I did not call him yet. That was, that was 9 this morning. So no, I would not. When you ask someone for an estimate on a roof, you just figure they come out and give you a number. I'm not prepared to answer any questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't know what to expect.
About roofs. Just give me a number.
But you know what? It is really, really thoughtful of them to text you ahead of time. So now you can be anxious about it now and work through what the potential questions could be and prepare. I think that's nice of them. That's nice. That is
true. I do know that he's an older gentleman because he signs all of his texts. He's one of those guys that
I love that.
He'll send you a text and then say, Mark, ABC Roofing.
Thank you.
With a little inspirational quote.
Remember,
it all started with a mouse.
That's how Scott texted me. He goes, "Hey Chris, it's Scott."
No, I texted you because you pulled a Mary the other day, and I went a whole day without hearing from you. And
I was very busy that day.
I know, and there was
hungover.
A lot of big things that happened for us that day that we'll talk about in probably the next segment. But I wanted to share it with you, and then you responded to something, and so I was a smartass, and I said, "Hi, welcome back. My name is Scott,"
and I deserved it, so I didn't even get mad. Scott called me the night before while I was getting very heavily intoxicated because that was my Halloween. It was Saturday. That was my Halloween, and then the next day, yes, I was away from my phone the whole day because I was trying to bring myself back to life. Every year older, it gets harder to do that.
Yes, it does.
I'm learning quickly.
Yeah. If I can just give you a few pointers.
Please.
Don't stay up past 9 p.m. And you're right with a pre-Pepto. You're good there. Ibuprofen.
Take some charcoal. Yeah, take some charcoal.
Charcoal doesn't do shit.
It does.
No,
it does.
Doesn't.
It allows you to
Okay,
drink
tell me
more.
the
Yes,
science.
It does.
What's the science, Scott? Well, how does charcoal work?
Rachel said it works.
Oh,
that's all I need. That's all I need.
Perfect.
And that's all you need too.
Yes.
So, Chris, take a couple ibuprofen before bed, and then order blowfish from Amazon.
Okay, yes. I sign off on that. 1,200% give me the blowfish. When I stay at Scott's house, he leaves one by my bedside.
I don't
And
leave
by
one.
he, I mean Rachel does.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
turn down service, yes.
Well, when you guys all stayed at my house when Chris was here, she left one on everybody's nightstand for
They
for the
didn't know
next
it
day.
because I went around and stole everyone.
Yeah,
Whoops.
instead of little mints, we leave blowfish on the pillow.
I love it. And instead of a turn down service, technically, it should be called a turn up service. Get it? Turn up. Like part. Okay, guys, come on. That was funny.
I get it. I just couldn't hear you because you trail off when you tell a joke.
I didn't trail off. You trailed off. You know what? I quit. It's not an episode if I don't quit at least 4 times, and I haven't for a while.
You haven't for a while.
I know. I've been doing a good job.
Yeah, and your name on the thing is hello. I'm even more overwhelmed. What's going on? We got a couple minutes before this segment ends. How's school going? What's new?
Here's what's new. It's finals week for me before I roll into my next like little rotation ditty. And I just got done with a lecture, and my professor decided that, and I guess maybe not decided just now, this was probably the plan the whole time, that this giant research paper I've been working on is actually going to be a PowerPoint presentation. But here's the real kicker. I'm not going to present it. I'm just submitting it. That's not the point of a PowerPoint presentation. It's supposed to be a supplement to a presentation. It's just visual, right? Like, there's a whole, like, thing with PowerPoint presentations. There's rules, like rules of 5. Like, you shouldn't really have more than, like, 5 points on. How am I supposed to give you a full scope view and explanation of autism spectrum disorder on 9 to 12 slides? I can't. I have 9 pages of research that I have put together on this topic without my sources. How am I supposed to fit that into 9 to 12 slides? Please, Jesus, help me. I am going to eat myself out of a window. So I'm fine. That was a meltdown I was having before the show. I'm okay. I'm totally fine. I just don't know how to, I don't want to do this anymore. But
Well,
you know
you
what?
didn't
She's the one with a
you didn't have
PhD,
to.
so she can tell me what to do. So
You could have stayed as a business lady riding the sun rail, working for the Bitcoin company, which would have been better for my scheduling. But no, you chose to overwhelm yourself. But I love you.
I know. And now
and I'm
I'm
proud of you.
working 14-hour days and going to school, and here I am having a meltdown.
Is it worth it? Are you having fun? Are you happy?
I'm happy sometimes.
You're happy sometimes.
I mean, okay, no, that's not fair. I do like what I'm doing, and I do feel like I'm contributing to the greater good of humanity. So that feels good. What I don't like is when I feel a little stressy and depressy, like right now, when I'm questioning
Gotcha.
my abilities.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you were doing good work when you worked for the Bitcoin company. You were helping people not pay taxes and hide a lot of money and
Yeah, and that
deal
felt
with
real
fake
good.
currency.
Yeah, it felt really good. I loved every second of that. But now I'm literally helping people live longer. So like it's a little different.
But what if
And
they don't
that's
want
cool.
to? What if they're depressed and
Oh, like me? No, I'm just
they
kidding.
were
Okay, guys, actually, I feel like we should put a PSA out there. Yeah, it's not a joking matter. Sorry, guys. Mental health is very
What's-
important, and if you are feeling like you might want to eat yourself out of a window, call hotline. Okay, thanks. There's the PSA.
All right.
I don't really feel like I'm going to eat myself out of a window. Maybe mine. I just, one story here, so it should be fine. But those bushes could be brutal. I don't know. Anyways.
You'll still break a leg and end up with typhoid. We're gonna take a quick break. So we're at war with a major wholesaler, and I'll let you take a couple guesses as to which one it is. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. Hey, everybody, looking for another way to listen to the No New Friends podcast? We are now featured on Glacier FM. That's GLACER.FM.com. Just go to the music channels and go to Glacier Underground. That is Glacier, GLACER. And you can hear us Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, that is GlacierFM.com.
There are 3 things that I hate in life: taxes, nausea, and booking vacations. The first 2 I'm stuck with, but for the third, I use Sandpiper Vacations. Sandpiper Vacations is a small business that is LGBTQ+ owned and operated with travel advisors all over the country. Whether it's a cruise, a trip to a theme park, or an all-inclusive resort, Sandpiper has you covered. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's free. Why book a vacation when you can have someone else do it for you? That's like choosing to take the stairs in a building that has an elevator. Leave the headaches of booking a vacation to someone else. Get your quote today at www.sandpipervacations.com and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
I got to tell you, if you live in the Central Florida area like me, you know that this time of year is super hot. In fact, most of the year is super hot. So I've been using Air Concept to help me out with all of my AC needs. When my AC goes down, they come out right away. They take a look at it. Professional, friendly staff that gets it right the first time. That's Air Concept, concept with a K.com, airconcept.com, or you can give them a call, 407-928-4595, and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Hi, this is comedian Miguel Colon, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. If you want to check out the Night Watchman Ghost Tour in St. Augustine, just check them out at seeamericatours.net. Just click on the Ghost Tour link and use the promo code NNF and get 25% off. Now, I teased this story before we went to break, but before we get there, I got to tell you guys something else. So, Mary, will you guys both have cars that you can like link your phone to, and it's like the Apple CarPlay or whatever?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't have that, so I'm not really familiar with all the features because my car is 2016. Well, Rachel, just got a new car about a month or so ago, and she loves the Apple CarPlay. I also love the Apple CarPlay because it reads text messages. So I know when she's driving because it says like responded with Siri. Mm-hmm. So today I wanted to test something. And so I just said boobs. And she had to pull over because she had spit water everywhere because she's married to a child. Just boobs. Do you guys ever do anything silly like that?
I don't think I do anything silly like that. Rachel has the same car that we do. We have an Atlas, right? She has an Atlas.
Right.
So our car has VW, like we have Wi-Fi in the car. It has its own Wi-Fi. But like if Grayson's device somehow becomes disconnected, it's more pain than it is worth. Like he will throw an iPad out of a window. So that's a problem. Oh. I don't know if you've had that happen to you before.
No.
Or not out a window, maybe just at the back of my head, but just driving down I-4, Wi-Fi cuts out in the car because, who can live without Wi-Fi in their vehicle? How dare I think that my children can do that? That's terrible. I know, neglect. Probably somebody call CPS. I don't know. But I don't think I've ever sent, sometimes I'll try to use the voice to text and it scrambles up what I'm trying to say. And I think that's way worse. Because maybe you might,
especially when you're texting a future boss and call him Connie.
Why would you bring that up right now? Okay. God, I wasn't doing voice to text. That was just me being an idiot. But like other times I've made some tragic mistakes, but you know what? We don't need to talk about that. That's fine.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, moving along.
So listen, I get an email today from T-Public, who does our merchandise, and they let us know. Oh Jesus, the cat is getting onto the computer. What the hell?
The cat's got something to say. Tell us your story. We're here to listen.
It just keeps whispering in the mic. Help. Help. Help.
Wait, it's waving it in Morse code. Do you see it? The Morse code. I see it.
Yeah, you see the Morse code with the tail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we get an email. TeePublic is the company that does our t-shirts, and it says one of our t-shirt designs have been pulled off. And
Scott, I can't take you seriously with a cat tail. I can't do it.
Well, he's
Cat
gone now.
ass. That's all we see.
So
Same for Scott. It's
Listen, if you're listening to us and you're missing that, my cat is having a lot of fun just walking in and out of the shot. So you can see that by joining our Patreon. That's our link is on our website. Just join our clubhouse. Oh, there he goes again. So anyway, get an email that one of our designs has been. Don't step on the
I
keyboard.
can't. I'm sorry.
That has been-
I can't do it. I can't. The cat is wreaking havoc on the show. 2 episodes in a row, this cat has just taken over.
And he's typing on Discord.
He just sent a message on Discord.
he did just send a message on Discord.
And we have a new intern.
So anyway,
you gotta screenshot that message and print it out and frame it.
Oh, I know, right? So one of our designs has been taken off of TeePublic, and it's one of the Costco designs. I can't tell which one because when I went to TeePublic, it's still there. Ryan says, "Hello, Scott's cat. I'm calling PETA for you right now." So Costco, I guess, has filed a complaint or a copyright claim, making us take off the Costco merchandise, or TeePublic had to take it off.
We tweaked the logo slightly, though.
It's not even the logo, right, Chris? There was only the 2 designs. It's I Love Costco with the hot dog, and then my parents went to Costco, which is just font.
I think it's the extended one because I put a Costco card in it.
Oh.
Which is ridiculous because that's free advertising.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like...
Okay, so here's how this works. It's an algorithm, guys.
Listen, no, don't get all lawyery on me, okay? You need to be on our side here and be pissed off about it. Right, I know it's still there. That's the thing is, I think they just did this just to frustrate me. Go ahead, Mary. What were you going to say without getting all lawyery on me?
I'm not in no way a lawyer. It's an algorithm, so it pulls any information it brings in, okay, there's an image of this, this, and this, and then they figure out that somebody's selling. How else would they find it? They probably have no idea what's actually on the product until they file like a secondary, like specific complaint. I'm pretty sure it's not like they sent you a cease and desist of using their imagery or their likeness. It's not like that. So we have at least 6 to 9 months before they do anything. Keep selling them. So everybody, limited time only.
Limited time only. Buy anything with Costco on it, and we're gonna show Costco because I'm really pissed off about this. Like
David and Goliath. That's what this is.
I know this big behemoth of a wholesaler is gonna attack this little podcaster.
Wholesaler.
Right. Clearly, Costco has no soul. So. We've got to figure out a way to strike back, okay?
Yeah, people against Costco.
The people against Costco. Now, I don't want to get sued by Costco because I can't. Well, we do have a good attorney, but he needs personal injury.
That's actually
so if they
way
take
different
out my
type
knees,
of
then
law.
we're good.
I don't know if he can
right. Well, if they take out my knees, we're good. Okay, so what?
Your knees are already
that
bad,
picture.
Scott. I don't know if that's what they're gonna.
Right. So. How should we strike back on?
Just respond back literally with an email of you with your cat on the toilet that says no.
That's
no.
I have a really good idea.
Okay, let's hear.
We're gonna need help. We're gonna need help from people on this.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to strike back with BJ's. We're gonna have to boycott Costco with BJ's. So everybody has to start going to BJ's.
Right.
I think that'll send a message.
I like it.
Even worse if they go to Sam's Club.
Well, Sam's Club is trash. Oh.
Do you remember my text to you? Do you remember my text to you where I had an epiphany of what Sam's Club was?
Yes. Yeah, anal.
I did, Chris. I literally one day was driving and I used voice to text. I'm surprised it worked. I was like, Scott, I had an epiphany and please don't judge me because I was driving and I passed a Sam's Club. And in my mind, I was like, well, what would Sam's Club be? You know, you're a little embarrassed to go, probably. Like, it's not as trendy. Like, you don't really want to talk about it. Anal. Makes sense. Like, you don't want to tell people you do that, but, like, maybe you do. Maybe every now and then. I hope my parents aren't listening to this and Scott's parents. I'm really sorry.
Well, very exciting. You know, we made it onto Glacier's main channel from
And now
Underground,
we're
but I'm sure they're going to put us right back on Underground.
Just cut this part out.
Maybe it will be cutting the room floor. Maybe I'll just bleep it out because I've been
maybe we
bleeping
can put
a
it
lot.
all behind us.
There you go. There you go. So listen, I like it, Chris. We are going to start a boycott Costco, shop at BJ's campaign. I think this is we're going to get them where it hurts, in the pockets until they start letting us use Costco in there, or if they want to start advertising for us, I'll they can use our logo, no problem. I am
Ooh.
executives of Costco, with your brilliancy on the whole hot dog price. If you want to use our logo, I'm going to take the high road and let you use our logo in your merchandise, in your advertising, in your commercials. If you want to have a paid actor wearing a No New Friends podcast shirt in your commercials, we're okay with that. We give you our permission right here and now to use our logo.
You know what, Scott? Let's go one step further and insist. We insist you do this.
Insist, yes. The name of the campaign is going to be Save a Costco, Get a BJ. No, Save a Costco, Go to BJ's.
I think it's brilliant.
I think we could work on the verbiage a little bit, but I like where your head's at.
I was taking it from Ryan. I'm sorry. Ryan writes great jokes and I don't deliver it. No, the joke, not the BJ. I was taking the joke from the
right.
Anyway.
Okay, I just get confused. All right. Wow.
So
all right.
what, Mary? You're our marketing expert. I'm gonna put your marketing has been a little rusty. You haven't used it in a while. So let's sharpen it up real quick. What should the name of the boycott Costco campaign be called?
I need to noodle on it. Give me a second. I'm on the spot. Good Lord.
This is why we are the number 62 comedy improv podcast, because we improv so well.
Costco blows. Go to BJ's.
Yeah, there we go. Costco blows. See ya,
Costco
BJ's.
blows. Go to BJ's. Ooh, I like it. Can we design some shirts with that?
Or I think it just says Costco blows and then BJ's underneath. Not even go to. Just give them the name.
I have a
Costco
better idea.
blows.
Let's open up our own Costco, and we'll call, and under parody law, we'll call it not Costco.
Oh,
Are you asking us to open a whorehouse?
Wait a second.
Chris? What is happening? I'm very confused right now.
Parody law. Would parody law not cover us in the
This
t-shirt
is something
design?
you should be asking Jeff and not us.
Well,
okay,
he's
We are not
personal
the
injury,
ones.
much different.
I can actually answer this
law
question.
is law, right? Like, come
So
on.
technically, it wouldn't be parody law because I mean, hypothetically, in theory, I might have went to the Costco website, copy and pasted a Costco membership from their website.
Okay.
But maybe I design our own Costco membership, and it's called Not Costco.
Or Notsko.
That's a
if you
horrible
look at
joke, Ryan.
Discord.
That's really just not.
I got to keep you in line, Ryan.
I don't
Do
know if
better.
That's actually.
And don't be bitter. Be better, Ryan.
Don't be bitter, be better. Oh, that should be what we give Costco. Don't be bitter, be better. Okay. Like, why are they coming
That'd be a
at
good
us?
one for BJ's, actually.
Why are they bitter? They're not. They haven't said anything to
No,
us.
be better. Anyway. Okay, so we are off the Costco train. No more Costco trains. And we're all about the BJ's wholesale.
Yeah, Team
Okay.
BJ's.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Patreon.
Ryan, I think your jokes are great. That's why I try to read them.
Look, okay,
I am not saying
Scott,
that your jokes
you know
are
what
bad.
I just want to point out really quickly is that you like to make a lot of comments about how I make facial expressions or comment on things that are happening visually, but you guys often reference the Discord chat, and people who are listening don't know what you're talking about also. So I just wanted to
FOMO.
point that out.
FOMO.
Same on this end, FOMO. They could be laughing
You
at
are
your
a member of the. Just open up your Discord and look at it.
What
Stop
I'm
putting it
saying
on
are the
ignore.
people who are listening to the podcast right now are
Right.
not watching the Discord chat and have no idea what in the fresh hell you are talking about. Just
But
like
they-
when I reference your cat's ass on the screen. Same
But they
thing.
could for as low as $1 a
Right.
month.
But don't call me out for it all the time if you're going to do the same shit. Thank you. Off of my
You good?
soapbox. Continue
You good?
on. You know what?
Because
I have a little bit of rage in the cage today, okay?
Because a lot of times when I'm reading the Discord, I say, "Oh, Ryan in chat says this," or "Hey,
right,
Ryan
but
in
how
chat
do they know
says
what
that."
the hell in the chat is? They don't. They only
Because
know
we
Ryan
talk
in the
about it
chat.
at the beginning of every episode.
Right,
If
but
you
they
want to join
can't
our
listen
Patreon,
to it,
and-
they don't know what that is. They don't know what it
What are
is.
you
They're not
talking-
in it. They're
well,
not
they
seeing
could
what's
be in it.
happening.
They could be in it. First
just
of all, we
just
have
like
a public
they could be seeing
Discord.
your cat's ass.
We have a. This is listen. I know you haven't done marketing in a while. Okay, This is marketing 101. Okay, give them something that they want that they don't
I'm
have,
clicking
and make
the
them want to
leave
get
button
it.
in like 3 seconds.
No, you're not.
You're
No,
listening to the
not.
No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
No, it's not time yet. It's not time yet, Chris.
Oh, but it is. Chris
I
read
like
the room
efforts.
very well on that one. It is actually time. Okay, bye.
Whatever. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
Until I leave.
Lizard people, the moon landing, birds aren't real. Hi, this is Chris from the No New Friends podcast, and if you're hearing this message, you were selected to join the resistance. For as low as $1 a month, join our Patreon and help us uncover the truth. Upon joining us, you will be invited to our secret Discord, where we help spread these truths. You will be invited to watch our live recordings where the government cannot interfere. For more information, please send a messenger pigeon to my underground bunker or visit us at www.nonewfriendspodcast.com. This message will self-destruct in 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, Scott here. You all know I like to spend time wandering the neighborhood on my big wheels or hanging out at the park with my fedora and my Bud Light. So I don't have time to clean my own house. That's why I've been using I Believe services for the past 6-7 years, and they're the best in commercial and residential cleaning. They're also doing carpet shampooing at such a reasonable price. Just check them out. That's ibelieveservices.us. Give them a call, 407-928-4595, and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Picture it, St. Augustine, Florida, 2022. You're on the Night Watchman Ghost Tour with all of your ghoul friends. The air grows colder, you turn the corner, and there she is, Ghost Mary. Okay, you probably won't run into Ghost Mary. You may see a ghost named Mary. I'm not really 100% sure, but the tour guides for the Night Watchman Ghost Tour from See America Tours do know it is the only 4D ghost tour in St. Augustine. So if you have ever wondered what a ghost smells like, well, now is your chance. And right now they have a scary good deal going on. Enter the promo code NNF, as in No New Friends, and receive 25% off your Night Watchman Ghost Tour. So visit them at seeamericatours.net. That is SEE americatours.net. Okay, bye.
Hey, this is Mike and Tom, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast. Goodbye. Hey, this is Mike and new friend. No. You say and Tom. You want to have no new friend. No, you say and Tom. And Tom.
Hey, all right, go. Take 40.
Hey, this is Mike and Tom, and we're with the Gina McReynolds Foundation, and thank you for listening to the serious. Hey, this is Mike and Tom, and we're with the Gina McReynolds Foundation, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast. And Tom.
welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Queen Mary, and Chris. Now, exciting week. We finally charted for so podcasts are find themselves on charts. There's all sorts of charts all the time, and we found ourselves charted, and it's Apple Podcasts. The website is Chartable, but we finally charted. It was the top 250 comedy improv podcasts, and we peaked at number 62, which is really, really exciting. So we're in like the top half of the top 250, which is amazing. So congratulations to the both of you.
You say comedy improv podcast. I actually want to see if there's other improv podcasts out there that aren't comedy. that would be interesting. And if there isn't, maybe we start one so we could crack that top 62 as well.
I like it. They say be very specific.
Yes.
So in preparation for this show, I found some other things that were the 62nd best something. So not the best, not the second best, but 62. So we're in really good company.
Scott, I'm not gonna lie. So you go ahead and read these. You had put this in the group chat asking to do research for what you're gonna do. I read it as something totally different. So you go ahead and do yours, and then I will embarrassingly read what I had researched.
Is this gonna be like Mad Libs, where you just blindly picked something?
Oh no, I researched, but I totally misread what you texted apparently. So go ahead,
okay,
Scott.
Gotcha. So the number 62nd movie of all time, The Pianist.
The penis?
The Pianist.
Oh, the penis would have been cooler.
No, The Pianist, and I don't.
It's a different list.
Much different list. I think that was Anna Paquin. Wasn't she in The Pianist, or was that The Piano? Anna Paquin.
I clearly have not seen The Pianist.
I don't even know what
I've
you're
seen the other
talking
one.
about.
All right, moving on to the number 62nd song of all time. You guys would know this one. Smash Mouth did a remake of it, but it is "I'm a Believer" by the Monkees.
That's a really high ranking for that song. I'm really impressed, actually.
Yep.
That just doesn't seem like it would be the number 62nd song of all time. I feel like I could name 6,200 songs that are slightly better.
Maybe, but that was the number 62. Top NFL, the 62nd best NFL player of all time, defensive tackle from the Cowboys in the mid 90s, Randy White.
I think he just made that up.
No, I didn't.
It sounds like such a yeah. That sounds like a real football name. I wouldn't even question it.
The 62nd best NBA player of all time, Alex AJ English, played for the Denver Nuggets for a while. The 62nd best MLB player of all time, Tony Gwynn.
Oh, I know Tony Gwynn. Wow.
Yeah. The number 62nd company. So I just, top 100 companies.
Just out of every company that's ever existed.
I don't know if it's all time
type.
or current. I don't know the criteria. I don't know if it's net worth.
Great. I don't know the criteria for my own list. Let's go.
Ryan in Discord said, please be Costco.
The 62nd best company is BJ's Wholesale.
I was gonna say.
Soft Bank Group.
No,
Excuse me?
stop. No, it's not.
Excuse me?
Soft Bank Group. Soft Bank Group.
Oh.
It's not
Soft.
BJ's
SOFT.
because it's
Soft
soft. It's not Costco. Also,
Yeah.
I've
All right.
never heard of that before. What? Do they own
never heard
something?
of it either.
Do they own is it like Nabisco? Like they own an actual brand that we're familiar with?
I didn't do any research. I just
Great, I love this.
I didn't do any follow-up research.
Wonderful.
All I did was look up the list, found it, and wrote it on my list. All right, the number 62nd musical artist of all time is Joni Mitchell.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Yep. The number 62nd celebrity of all time, Mr. George Clooney. 62nd celebrity.
Good company.
So, yeah, we could be compared to George Clooney.
That's the only time in your life ever, Scott. You could be like, I was once compared to George Clooney, just so you know.
Right. And then our episode number 62 was Blue Skidoo Weekend 2. Just for funsies, wanted to throw that out there.
Oh, wow.
And speaking of episodes, Chris, happy 100th episode. This is your 100th episode with us.
Thank you. And here's a very embarrassing moment of my 100th episode. When you texted about 62, I took it in a totally different direction. So here's my list of 62s. In 1962, President JFK ordered an embargo of all imports from Cuba. I totally misread this. Jane Lynch, Bono, Hugh Grant, and I wrote Bono again, are all 62 years old.
I also hate Bono, just so we're all on the same page.
Well, yeah, because they like spammed everybody's radio, and we had to hear what was it, Volcano?
Not their
by
radio.
YouTube?
No, it was. But yes, it was the stupid album they auto downloaded to everyone's iPhone.
Yeah,
I got rid of it. I finally did. I couldn't take
Chris,
that anymore.
We were on a road trip to North Carolina, and every time we turn on the car, it was the same U2 song. It just auto downloaded. We're like, what the hell?
So the list that we're on, correct me if I'm wrong, 62. So 63 would be worse. 64 would be worse.
Correct.
Okay, so Robin Williams, Audrey Hepburn, FDR, Ulysses S. Grant, Wilt Chamberlain, Robert E. Lee, all dead at 63. So we're better than all of those people.
Yeah,
Great.
okay.
I love that for us.
And yeah, so sorry about that. But there's my list of 62s.
Okay.
I mean, it's a different approach. We appreciate it.
It is a different approach.
Yeah.
And I thought about doing that. I thought about doing other things that are great at 62 and, coming up with a bunch of celebrities that are 62, but I hate the celebrity birthday game, so I didn't want to play it. And I went a different route. All right, so yesterday was Halloween. For Chris, it was Saturday was Halloween because they do weird things in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, did you guys have any fun trick-or-treating stories from?
Yeah. So I think that Dexter's friend's parents are trying to kidnap him. I think. I'm almost positive of it. Here's how.
Do they want to kidnap any of my kids?
I don't know. They like steamrolled us into having Dexter for all of Halloween. Like we thought we were going to like meet up and they were going to trick or treat with our clan, our group, No, nay, they did not. They were like, the mom responded back and was like, the initial plan was that Dexter would be here and she went on this rant, and I was like, I don't know who you made this initial plan with. Typically it's with another person, and it wasn't me. So, since I don't do confrontation, Dexter was with them for Halloween this year. It's their year. I guess we're
it's their year.
It's their year this year, I guess. I actually ended up
do you get Dexter for Thanksgiving and then they get him for Christmas? How's that working?
Well, so since we're sharing Dexter 3 ways now, because he also has a father that he sees sometimes, so he gets to have him for Thanksgiving. I don't know what we're going to do for Christmas, because usually we split that Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but crap, we may have to celebrate like Boxing Day or something. We're going to have to throw
Leif Erikson Day.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's always a good one, too.
Yeah. So I ended up working later yesterday. So by the time I got home, I had worked like 14 plus hours. And so everybody was already almost done trick-or-treating by the time I got home. Grayson was very, very sweet, though. He came home and he was very sweaty little meatball. But he said, Mom, since you've been such a good mother all these years, here you go. And he had a ton of, full-size candy bars, and he just wanted me to take my pick of what I wanted.
Wow.
And it was very sweet of him. Little did I know he had many, many more. Like, he was, like, putting on a show. Like, this was all that I got, but, like, I want you to have it. He had a whole sack. Like, I mean, this kid made out. But that's where we had some trouble, because Dexter did not, with his Colt. I mean, his other friend he went trick-or-treating with. He didn't get as much candy, and his costume broke. So he was really upset. So I had to, while they were sleeping, shift around some candy differential to even things out. Life as a parent. Here you go. And then also, So my greedy is sending me pictures of everyone as they're out trick-or-treating, and I think I sent the picture to you guys. He sent a picture. Zoe's boyfriend went trick-or-treating with the group. He was in a picture with Zoe, and I zoomed in, and homie had his hand on Zoe's hip, and I don't know how I feel about that. I sent it to you guys. I don't know, man. It was
and the way his hand curved around, it was a little bit more than hip in his hand.
I don't know, man. It was a lot for me. And you know what?
We ride at dawn.
We do. And Caleb was dressed as a literal fruit ninja. He was a giant banana with a sword. And I don't know why he didn't use the sword. Like, cut the kid's arm off. That's what you do. You should have. I don't know what's happening. But in hindsight, now I'm a little about that, which is fine. It's fine. But Halloween went great. I have tons of candy. I mean, the kids have tons of candy.
Right.
Yeah. It was good. It was fine.
Good. Chris, what about you? You did everything on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I did get into the Halloween spirit. What was it, yesterday?
Yeah, when I reminded you that it was Halloween.
Yes. Scott, he did remind it was Halloween, actually. He's like, yeah, we're getting the candy ready. He's like, oh, it's Halloween.
So, it's Halloween,
so actually,
goddammit.
That's exactly what I said. It's Halloween, goddammit.
He did say that. So I did kind of want to spread some Halloween cheer. Now, every year...
Wait a minute. What do you do? Kill people? What is Halloween spirit?
Well, actually, we're going to get to that part. Okay. Yes, we're going to get to that part.
Sorry, real quick. Speaking of killing, in my top 100 list,
Whoa.
Mary, hold on. I was looking for the top 100 serial killers of all time. But the way that the lists were, I couldn't find.
It's a very
number
morbid
62.
thing to search, actually.
I know, but I knew Mary would have enjoyed it. I know, yeah. If anybody checks
Did you
my
see how
search
excited
history,
I got? And I was like, oh my god, like 62 ways to use chloroform.
Every year, a week or two before Halloween, you turn on the news, and they say, "Oh, look out for Molly and other drugs to be." Given out to your kids for Halloween, and watch out for razors and candy and needles and candy. That stuff doesn't happen. If you look that up, statistically, that never happened. So I figured I'd spread some Halloween spirit, and I ordered a bunch of drugs. I stuffed candy with needles and razors, and I actually gave kids the option. And nobody picked them. But I did give the option to be able to, would you like an apple with a razor in it, or would you like this king size Snickers bar? Nobody took the razor apple. I did bite into the razor apple later that night because I was upset because no one else took it.
Felt like to live. I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
So Ryan, who is in our Discord chat, and our Discord is something that you get invited to when you join our clubhouse, which is our Patreon for as low as $1 a month. So he says that he has a theory that Chris is a secret serial killer. And that was right before Chris started telling the story about putting razors in apples.
So, full disclaimer, I did not really do that, guys. So please don't cancel me. But I do think it's hilarious that every year the news peddles the same story that drugs will be listen, no drug addict is giving away their drugs.
No, they're not sharing their drugs.
Chris, you did the data analysis of how much meth costs. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's expensive. That's expensive. So Alex over at the Diz His podcast did the Lord's work, and he actually researched how often this happens. And the only two occurrences that it happened was a kid died after Halloween after ingesting heroin from candy. And turns out his uncle had reported that's what happened. Turns out it was his uncle's heroin. So blame the Halloween candy instead of your own heroin stash. And and then there was another case where a kid was poisoned. Again, it was a family member's poison. Right. I guess they have cyanide in their house for some reason, and the kid got into it. And they said, no, that wasn't Halloween candy. It was in the M&Ms. So yeah, it doesn't happen, guys. Doesn't happen.
I think it's funny with the whole fentanyl thing, and even just drugs in general. They're like,
every year.
Do you see how they make them all different colors? They're clearly marketing towards children. No, they're trying to help people differentiate what dosage is. They are all different doses. If you look in my medicine cabinet, it's the Rainbow Connection. Scott, you could probably sing about it in your Kermit voice. There's so many different types and dosages.
Why are there so many pills in Mary's cabinet?
Thank you.
And what's on the other
antidepressants?
With inflation? razors are so expensive. Like, no one's putting just giving away
Unless
razors.
they have a good coupon, but they have sent some of those out lately for the disposables, like the Schicks. Anyways, unless you get the pink tax for the girly ones, but that's not what they're looking for. Anyways, but I think it's very funny that they're marketing towards children. The kids aren't buying this shit. They're not buying it. Like, what kid is like the kids are like, I'm going to spend my disposable income from my laundry and chores that I've done on fentanyl. But just the orange kind because that's my favorite color. It's ridiculous. I can't. Anyways, continue on. I'm not passionate about that at all.
All right, you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida
Speaking
Man?
of meth.
I'm really excited about this one. I got a little bit of a preview. So I'm really, really excited about this one. Every week, Ryan gives us 2 news stories. We've got to guess whether it is Florida Man or Jersey Man. Take it away, Ryan.
Hey guys, this is Ryan coming to you from the No New Friends newsroom located this week at a daycare. I heard Mary was starting a daycare, so I figured I'd stop by for the day and check it out. Turns out it's just a dark room with a TV in it that she shows movies to the kids in. She started with Pet Sematary and then The Exorcist and then The Ring and then Poltergeist. And is that Child's Play? That seems kind of inappropriate. Well, now that the movies are over, it looks like she hired a clown to come in and entertain the kids. Well, he's dressed like Pennywise. Well, it's lunchtime now, and it looks like she's handing out orange juice to all the kids. Wait, those are mimosas. No, that's not right. Well, it looks like they're going on a field trip. They're going to go to the arcade, she said. Well, that's a casino. Well, while I'm on hold with CPS, let's go ahead and get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. And in our first story, a naked man in a Chick-fil-A parking lot calls people gay for looking at his penis. And in our second story, a pregnant woman hit 89 packets of heroin inside a body cavity.
Oh my God.
All right.
First of all,
That's a power move, by the way.
That was a very big power
which one,
move.
the Chick-fil-A or the pregnant lady?
I guess you could make the case for both.
She's gonna make a delivery either way, okay?
All right, so we've got pregnant woman hides heroin, and we've got naked man calling people gay because they were looking at his penis. Mary, you were the target of the jokes this week. Right. What do you think?
Clearly, the naked man at Chick-fil-A is in Florida because I would also venture to believe it was probably in the Villages. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And there's probably a little more hate here in Florida. And the Lord's Chicken, I feel like it's
a little less acceptance.
Yeah, I think
here
that the Lord's Chicken, you can find it more readily available along with the Lord's Dickin in this situation. And then I think that the pregnant lady is in New Jersey.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go same answers as Mary. I don't think that he was doing the gay thing, calling people gay for amusement. Calling people gay at a Chick-fil-A, that's like that's almost attempted homicide. I feel like there could be more charges there. And the New Jersey is the heroin thing, just because I just feel like someone from New Jersey would do that. I just feel like that's a Jersey thing.
Yeah, I'm with you guys both.
We're a big heroin state.
Yeah, that's the thing is we're not a big heroin state. We're about the meth here, the bath salts.
Yeah.
Heroin's not really our jam here. Plus, it's way too cold to be standing in a parking lot with your junk hanging out just to call people gay. So
yeah,
that is true.
Valid.
Yep, naked man, Florida, heroin, Jersey. Let's see what the answers are.
So our first story was from Florida, where a 30-year-old Florida man stripped off his clothes in a Chick-fil-A parking lot, telling people to look at his penis, and then when they looked at his penis, he called them gay. People in the drive-thru weren't expecting to see nuggets before they ordered their nuggets, but I guess anything can happen in Florida. So that means our second story was from New Jersey, where a 22-year-old pregnant woman was found with 89 packets of heroin inside a body cavity. Man, she's really got to stop putting stuff up there. And in other news, the world's dirtiest man passes away at the age of 94. A man from Iran by the name of Haji hadn't bathed with soap and water in over 60 years. This guy's smell offended more people than Kanye West. He had a fear that the soap and water would make him sick and that he would die. He did take a bath a couple months ago, and then he got sick and died. His friends are saying he took a bath because he felt so dirty after Scott sent him a picture of himself and his cat on the toilet. That's all for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Oh, man. It
Oh,
never,
man.
Thank you, Ryan. I thought he was
ever
going to.
disappoints. Ever. Never disappoints.
Never.
Just better and better. That's fine.
I thought he was going to take a shot at Chris for not using soap, but
No, just at me for being a terrible parent. It's fine. Totally okay. Look, I learned from watching my parents, okay? No, I'm just kidding. They're great parents. Wonderful parents. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Chris, you got any cliff notes for us this week?
Yeah, I do. I have a handful. So Ryan delivered strange news, and strange news always makes me laugh so hard. So I actually looked up some news myself this week. So, in 1932, Adolf Hitler waged war against the Jews, calling them evil and saying they control everything. Wait a second, I read that wrong. It doesn't say in 1932 Adolf Hitler. It's just in 2022, Kanye West waged war against the Jews, calling them evil and saying they controlled everything. Sorry, I read that one wrong. This headline read, "A dog ate a filet mignon at a San Francisco restaurant." So I had to click that. You know, that's a good headline grab.
Yeah.
Turns out the article is very short, didn't include any details. They reached out to the person who took the dog on the date to the restaurant, but Scott declined to comment. So he did it, guys. Scott finally fired one of his 2 lawn care companies. He had a very hard time firing them. People he didn't have a hard time firing include his dietitian, his personal trainer, and his weight loss coach.
Wow.
No problem at all. Just stop going.
So Kanye waged war against the Jewish people. Speaking of waging war, Costco waged war against us. So we are strongly encouraging everyone not to go to Costco. Something Scott hasn't done in forever anyway. So Scott looked up a bunch of number 62s. He said that he had not fact checked any of them or the facts that he found fitting since it's election season. So thank you for that, Scott. Very festive of you.
Just
now,
spreading election joy to
Whoa.
Mary said she's going trick-or-treating with her clan. Just wanted to clarify that it's clan with a C, not a K. Did not want to excite any of our listeners in the Panhandle. And lastly, Scott sat on his porch dressed in a strange outfit offering candy to the children of his neighborhood. The next day, he did the same exact thing because it was Halloween. And those are my cliff notes.
Excellent. Great.
Thank you, Chris.
Fantastic.
One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation. Right at the start of everything that's new. One little spark,
Hey, it's Alex from Diz His. You know me, you know Joe, you definitely know Chris, and you know Jen. Well, we're the hosts of Diz His, the Disney History Podcast. Every week we take one Disney subject and go over the history, as well as our insight on the subject. We talk about other Disney topics, as well as what's new in the news. You can find us on all podcast platforms, or go to our website, dizhiz.com. That's DIZHIZ.com. And we're on all social media at DizHiz65.
Chris, what is next on Diz His?
So before I go into what is next on Diz His, I have a question for you, Scott. If someone offered to chauffeur you around to wherever you want every day of the week for free, absolutely free, would you say yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
Well, then why isn't everyone using a travel agent? Listen, that's exactly what they're doing, is they're doing all the work for you for absolutely free. You don't pay them a penny. Disney pays them the pennies. I don't know if it's pennies. Disney pays them, man. So use a travel agent. And which travel agent should you use? Well, I have one right in my back pocket. Nick from Sandpiper Vacations. Go to sandpipervacations.com, fill out your free quote, and tell them the No New Friends podcast sent you. Man, I get angrier as the weeks go on because I hate that everyone's not using a travel agent. They're literally asking to do all the dirty work for you for absolutely free. And most of the time, they're going to get you a better deal. So, what are we doing on Diz His this week? Now that let me take a couple of deep breaths first.
You good?
Also, because I have to remember what we're doing on Diz His this week.
And breathe, install, and breathe, install.
So actually, this week, we're not doing anything. Go ahead.
Oh, No, I was going to say every week we do the same 2 segments to end the show. Chris's Cliff Notes and what's next on Diz His.
I can only remember so much. So we're not doing anything, history on anything this week. This
okay.
week we're doing a game show.
Nice.
Joe made a game, didn't tell us what the game was. So can't tell you if it's good or not. So you're going to have to tune out to see if it is. He also went on a, what he's donned as the Podcasters Cruise, which a lot of people had to back out of because there was this deadly virus that took the world by storm, and there's people that are not autoimmune diseases and they can't go and this and that. So, and I was saving for a wedding when everyone was planning the podcast cruise. So he went, and so did Steve. So a Patreon member did go on the cruise.
That's cool.
Steve is actually the very first Patreon member of the Diz His podcast. So that's kind of cool that he was able to finally meet probably like the least popular host on the show, but a host nonetheless in Joe. And so that was really cool. They put up a lot of pictures and stuff. It was a 3-night cruise on the brand new ship, the Wish. I think that's the brand new ship. And so I think Steve might be coming onto the podcast. They're going to be talking a little bit about the cruise. So it'll be a game show and some cruise talk. So that'll be a lot of fun. And maybe we can plan a No New Friends. They have these. We're not going to go on a Disney cruise for the No New Friends podcast. I was thinking probably like a swingers cruise.
Swingers cruise?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are there animals involved? I'm asking for Scott.
So I was thinking the only thing that we can afford with our Patreon is maybe a canoe trip.
That'd be fun.
On Lake Apopka, which is more polluted than Jersey.
A swingers canoe cruise might be strange for the bystanders.
What's the weight capacity for one canoe?
Not nearly enough.
We can't invite anyone.
It'll be the 3 of us. It'll be the 3 of us on the No New Friends
Scott's
canoe
cat.
cruise on
That's
Lake
fine.
Apopka.
That'll be a fun cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Bring your own canoe.
Bring your own canoe. I'm still waiting for the punchline on the swingers cruise thing.
Oh no, there's actually swingers cruises, and I was thinking like there's look them up.
Do y'all remember last year
They
whenever
exist.
I told you that
They
the movie
exist.
The Grinch had a swingers like key party
Yes,
in it, and
yes,
you guys
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
that? I don't know. I
Yeah.
just thought about that when you said swingers, so that's it. 'Tis the season.
Oh no,
Tis the season
so,
for a key party.
So
that was the
I mean-
episode unboxing a Happy Meal at the key party or something.
So I guess what I'm trying to say, Scott, is if you do, the swingers cruises do exist. No punchline, like they do exist.
Yeah.
And if you want to book a swingers cruise, book it through a travel agent. Don't do it yourself.
It's only half price if you do it yourself.
I do want to give Nick and his husband a shout out for their anniversary. Their anniversary.
Yes,
was
happy
Sunday,
anniversary.
So
Yes.
happy anniversary to them. Oh, we're almost anniversary twins. My anniversary is this weekend. So Nick and his husband and Emily and I are basically related. I guess I think
that's what that is. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. If you'd like to connect with Diz His 65 on all social media, or dizhis.com. If you'd like to connect with us, check out our sweet merchandise, except for the Costco stuff. Join our clubhouse. That's our Patreon.
No, limited time only Costco stuff.
Limited time only Costco stuff.
Flash
Get it now.
sale.
Yes.
Get it now. It's a flash sale of Costco stuff. But you can
buy
join
it, we flash you.
What?
Mario
Never
flash.
mind.
Who's we?
The only person that people would pay to see. Anyway,
All right, show 'em,
join our
Chris.
Patreon.
I'm just
You can connect with us, all that good stuff on our website, no newfriendspodcast.com. If you listen to us on Apple, please stop what you're doing. Give us a rating, a 5-star rating. Review us. It really helps us on the charts. It helps us, rank up on that Chartable, so that way next week we could give you the 61st best of everything.
Chris, what are you doing?
I like to feel the cold metal on my face of my microphone.
You
But
were
I do
doing what
need it.
Scott does to his cats.
Okay, on back. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Check out Night Watchman Ghost Tours. Use the promo code NNF. That's seeamericatours.net. On behalf of Mary and Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.